Hi, this is Elvira from Scrappy Mania, and today I'm going to show you a layout. And my inspiration for this layout is going to be this picture here, single page picture. And this is from Create a Keepsake, and it's the July 2012 edition. So I'm going to change it a little bit. Basically, it's going to look similar to that, but I'm going to change a little bit the flowers. Instead of using paper flower, I'm using these silk flowers that I purchased at the dollar store or Walmart. And you just mainly just break them apart. And once you break them all apart, then you put them all together. And the reason why you want to break them apart is because it has these stiff plastic, and it makes it have more dimension than what I really want. And I want to make sure that it lays flat, a little flatter on my page. Now it is going to have some dimension, but not as much if I would have left the flower intact. So those are going to be the flowers that I'm going to sprinkle around. Now I'm going to use that punch that I just showed you, and that's going to be on some of the centers for my flowers. And then this shape, the mat is kind of a bracket shape, so I'm going to use this scallop frame by hot off the press. And what I did is I measured the top, I traced out the top, and then cut it, and then I traced out the top, then traced out the bottom, and then free form the sides, as you can see there, and just cut the piece out. And that will give me my shape. Then I have another piece of paper. This is just regular paper that's going to also be part of my mat. Now that's the chalkboard paper that I showed you how to create. So that's going to be the base. And then I'm going to use this paper there that I'm showing you, the one with the chevron, is from the Sleigh Ride Deck the Hall collection from Crate Paper. And then the base that everything is going to sit on is that coral pink color, that one there. The bottom is going to be, it's the Dear Lizzie Enchanted collection. And as you can tell, the chalkboard paper is actually is started as a green piece of cardstock. And this is a great idea when you really don't want those colors. You can easily paint them and kind of match your layout. Now, the doily that you see there was created with this Martha Stewart circle punch. And I'm not sure the name of it. That's what I was trying to find out, the name of that punch, the ones with the star, but it's just one of the punches that I got from HSN. And I'm on the auto ship for that one. And then that little square that you see there is a business card that I also show you on the same video that I show you how to make the chalkboard paper. Is I took business cards and I just painted it, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp on it. And then what I was showing you a little while ago is I was going to put some butterflies on the top right hand, and I'm going to use my chalk pencils to kind of paint the butterfly. So now I'm going to put everything together, and I am going to use some chalk in, and this is a color box chalk in for the edges of my paper. And I'm also putting a little bit on the edges of my doily and on the base page. Now I'm going to use my butterflies, and I'm going to use the Stampin' Up! White pigment ink. And it doesn't really dry very well, this pigment ink, so I go over it with some detail embossing powder, and that really sets the ink on the page. So here I'm just putting some of that detail embossing powder, and if you saw my video and where I showed you how to create the chalkboard paper, there I did explain and I did show you how, because that ink doesn't really soak into the paper because it has that layer of chalk paint, you really need to have embossing powder to kind of set it in. And then here I'm just going over the edges with this white pigment ink from Stampin' Up! And I really like how that looked. And I'm using my chalk pencils to go over some of the details on the butterfly. And at the end of the video, which I do not show you in the video, I do go over it with my nail polish. I have a glitter nail polish, and that's what I use to go over the butterflies. Here I'm just stamping that little tag, and then I'm just drying it Again, I'm not going to cut it or anything. I like how it looks with the business card around it, and then I just cut some tickets. I have that corner crumper from We Are Memory, and it's the stub one, and I really like that one as well. So I went ahead and cut the corners of my chalkboard paper and also of my my tag. So I'm placing my doily first, and I'm just putting some glue in the middle. It's not really necessary that you really put a adhesive from cover to cover on your doily. In the middle would be enough. And then here I'm just placing my pictures, or my one picture right there on the little more to the right. And then this bow, I will link the videos of where I show you how to create this bow. But this is one of my perfect bows, and I'm placing it there below the picture. And then there's my tag. And then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start building my flowers, my silk flowers. So I'm breaking them apart, and then I'm going to put them back together. And the first thing that I'm doing is just laying down the leaves first. So you put the leaves first, and then you start layering the biggest flowers, go next, and then you fill in the little gaps with your smaller flowers. So here I'm just putting, in the centers of those flowers, I'm actually using part of the center that came with the silk flower, and then I'm just adding a rhinestone in the middle. So those cream color flowers, I do have a tutorial how to create those quilling roses, and I would also put the link of that one underneath the description of this video. If you're interested, you can go ahead and click that. And then here this is where I'm using the punch that I bought from McGill, and I'm not sure the name of the punch, but it's the one that you buy it with the flowers, those new build flowers that they have, and it's like a starburst, and you usually just punch it, and then you just use your embossing tool to kind of give it a little dimension, and make it look like it's like the center of the flower. So I'm just putting more little flowers around my cluster. So here I'm cutting some more, punching out some of them, and see how you take that little starburst and you kind of cup it up, and it looks like it's a like stamen from the flower, and it gives it that look. And in the center I go ahead and put a rhinestone, and you'll get a better look at what I've created at the end. Once I have the still pictures, you will see how those flowers came out. Okay, so now I'm finishing touch my little cameo. So there you have it. So here's my layout, and as you can see, there's the flowers, and see that little tiny white flowers and the small red flower have that punch paper in the middle. It looks like some steaming with a rhinestone in the center. So I hope you like this tutorial, and thank you for watching. Bye now.